There goes our house and everything we own. I thought we were relatively safe here because there's nothing left to burn, and then a burning tree branch just fell on me. It hit me on the head. Look, it wasn't any bigger. Everything's gone.
On Friday, the small community of Wytaliba, east of Glen Innes, was ravaged by a ferocious fire.
There was all the thick black acrid smoke. I could barely see my wife 2 or 3 feet away. We grabbed each other's hand and made for the front door. I felt that we were going to die. That's because the wind had changed direction. It was blowing from the back towards the front of the house. It cleared the smoke in front of the house just for at the exact minute that we had to get out. A minute later we couldn't have got out, and a minute sooner we couldn't have got out. That's what's left of our house, not much. Our sheds, our cars, caravan, trailers, boats, everything we own except the clothes we're standing on and this phone is we've lost.
These videos were taken by Martin Tonks on his wife's phone. He says they don't do justice to just how scary the experience was or how quickly it happened.
It was terrifying. It's the most terrifying thing I've ever been through, by far. We got home and literally 2 minutes later everything was chaos. We couldn't find the dogs or cats. We didn't even have a chance to look for them. We couldn't see anything. All we could see was just flames everywhere and hear just things exploding.
The fire that hit Wytaliba destroyed most of the properties in the town. It also killed 2 local residents.
Vivian was my mother-in-law. She moved to Glen Innes, to the Wytaliba area about 30 years ago to escape the city life.
Crystal Harwood was the last person to speak to her mother-in-law as the fire surrounded Vivian Chaplin's home.
We couldn't get to her. We rang our friend Matthew Smith, who was at the community house with a bunch of other people, and he just dropped everything and got to her. He got to my mother-in-law, found the shed absolutely gutted. He saw that her car was in the driveway and knew that she didn't get out. He found her laying in the only green grass that is on our property. She was flown to the Concord Hospital, died early hours Saturday morning from her injuries. We were informed that she had had a heart attack at that stage. It's just an absolutely horrific thing, and all she ever wanted to do was to be there, have her own little piece of the bush and live out her retirement being self-sufficient, and she got to do that, but she was taken in the worst circumstances.
Wytaliba is an alternative community. The residents own the land collectively, and given its remote bush setting, most of the houses are not insured.
We probably could have if we'd have tried hard enough, but we couldn't have possibly afforded the policy. It would have been totally exorbitant.
Martin was taken to the Glen Innes Hospital for treatment for smoke inhalation and blistering to his arm.
I'm happy to be alive, but just no idea what we're going to do.
I am currently sitting in the middle of the Wytaliba School Oval with my son and my cat in a cage while my partner looks after our home. I don't know if I just lost my house or not, and I'm kind of struggling to process it. So we'll see how it goes.
Storm Sparks and her son Zeke spent the weekend in safety at the evacuation centre in Glen Innes. On Friday, they also saw their community go up in flames.
I had about 20 minutes and I left. As I was reversing down the driveway, an Ember attack hit our gully. My partner ran up to help our neighbour, and I had to drive away and watch it start being engulfed in flames, basically, my home gully.
1, 2, 3.
They were lucky that some of their belongings were still in the car from a recent holiday, but everything else went up in smoke.
If you focus on what you're going to lose, then you don't remember what you've got. It could have been so much worse. We could have had such a larger scale loss of life. The 2 people who passed, they won't be replaced, but, you know, we still got their memories.
He's alive.
Yeah, he's alive.
Okay.
He's not going to lose his arm.
Okay.
Storm's partner Al was so badly burnt trying to save the life of a neighbour, he had to be airlifted to Sydney for skin grafts.
Update, I just called and he's in surgery. They couldn't tell me anything more. He had skin grafts taken yesterday, so I assume they're putting them on to where they need to go today on his arms.
Storm has decided to fly to Sydney to be with him.
At 1:30 I fly to Sydney and I've just left a note with him to say that I'll be there. Hopefully I see him this afternoon.
The road into Wytaliba cuts through thick bush, making access extremely difficult. Behind me is the major road access into Wytaliba, and if you follow that road down, you'll eventually get to the remnants of a bridge which was destroyed on Friday. The destruction of that bridge meant it was impossible for fire crews to get in to fight the fire, and near impossible for residents to get away.
Looking a little wild.
Wytaliba resident David Peters was able to capture it on Friday.
We're here at the bridge. The bridge is on fire. You can't go over there with a truck anymore. It's too dangerous. So everybody's crossing the river. There's no water in it, hardly any.
2 days after the fire ripped through Wytaliba, the road to the community is still blocked.
Whilst Pete's got great intentions for you guys, me and my bosses are worried about the safety of you guys going in and having more fatalities. It's already sad enough. We can't have more.
Is your boss aware that the winds are picking up and tomorrow is forecast to be the crash stop?
We can't let you down there without an escort. If something goes wrong,
I'm quite happy
we won't find you.
Emotionally drained, better for a good night's sleep.
Martin Tonks still hasn't been able to go back to see his property or to look for his 2 dogs who he hopes are still out there somewhere.
I don't think I'll be able to salvage much. I wish I could take you down and show you what it was like a couple of years ago before the drought. It was just absolutely beautiful. I'm so proud and happy to live there, and now it's going to be like driving into an apocalyptic wasteland. I don't think you'll be able to get an idea of how beautiful it was.
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 730's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.